I started off training about 4 or 5 times a week, but there's so much planning that's going into it that I'm training about 2 times a week at the moment. Maybe 3 times, going out and doing sort of 60, 70 mile rides, and then 2 smaller ones. I still generally go out if the weather's bad, but I've got another kit, like an indoor trainer, where I can put my bike onto it and train indoors for an hour or 2 on there. We're doing an event which I made up called JDRF Luxembourg Cycle. We're doing a cycle ride from Alsett Hall to Luxembourg, covering 6 countries in 6 days and 500 miles. We start our bike ride on the 6th of April, leaving from the Alsett Hall. We're going to do, as I say, 6 countries in 6 days. So we're going to go to France. We're going to stop off at Calais the first day. Then we're moving on from Calais to Bruges in Belgium. That'll be where we stay for day 2. Day 3 we're going on towards Brussels, staying in Brussels overnight. Day 4 we'll go on to a place called Maastricht in southern Holland. And day 5 we move on to a place called Prum in Germany. And finally day 6 will lead us into Luxembourg City. We're doing around about 75, 80 miles a day, every day, which is going to be tough, but I'm sure we'll get there. There's going to be 6 of us cycling. It's going to be myself, my 2 brothers, my brother-in-law and my 2 best friends. Cycling was something we none of us have ever done, and we just thought it would be quite a good idea to go for a bike ride. And Luxembourg was the only place we looked at where we could do 6 countries in 6 days. And Frank's great uncle had diabetes and he lived in Luxembourg for quite a lot of his life, so we chose Luxembourg. We're doing it for a small charity called JDRF, who stand for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and they focus a lot into researching into young children with diabetes. They're looking into a lot of research at the moment with regards to contact lenses, which can read the blood sugar level through the moisture in the eye. They've got other bits of kit where they can permanently monitor the glucose level by putting a little machine on the outside of his stomach. There's lots of different bits going on that the money's going to go towards, and hopefully Frank will be benefiting from that in the next 2 or 3 years.
My little brother Frank had got diabetes.
Frank has a condition called type 1 diabetes.
Frank was diagnosed at 9 months old.
Diabetes is very serious. It's a lot more serious than what we thought it was. I thought it was a case of just a couple of injections to help him improve his blood sugar level, but there's so much more to it, with other complications, other diseases and illnesses you can get from it.
We knew what diabetes was, but not really in depth what it was. We just thought it was a condition that you could just sort of live with quite easily, and you just injected and you ate and that was it. But so it was quite shocking to find out that he was going to have something that we'd have to deal with. You just expect when you have babies for them to be healthy and that they're going to be all right. So quite shocking really when we found out what it entailed. It's
an all day, all night job. Because he's so young, we can't leave him to do what he wants to do. We have to constantly monitor him and test him and just make sure he's genuinely okay.
I remember when we got out of hospital and I was obsessed with getting levels that were between 4 and 10 all the time, and if there wasn't I'd get very upset that there wasn't. But obviously now, as being nearly a year into his diagnosis, that we've realised it's just impossible to get pretty much a whole day of his levels being between 4 and 10. It just very rarely happens. And obviously I think we're noticing that's becoming even harder now because of his age. He's obviously very active, running around, and the exercise and the excitement levels in the day that he has will influence his levels as well. If you manage it well, then you know that's part of the day-to-day management of it, that you can lead pretty much a normal life with obviously routine checks to make sure that you're okay. And obviously the other side of it is that if he runs low, then that's quite a serious short-term effect of going into maybe a diabetic coma or even dying. So it's quite serious.
We have a Facebook page and a Just Giving page, which is www.justgiving.com/JDRF Luxembourg Cycle, and a Facebook page at JDRF Luxembourg Cycle. We're trying to raise awareness through both of those means, as well as going on to radio and hopefully some more TV.